Hi there, my name is Sonia Ortiz, and if you're watching, you can cook. Today, more than a recipe, I have a very special guest, Cristina Potters from Mexico Cooks. She was born in Chicago, but has been living in Mexico for 30 years. And she's going to talk to us today about...
Today we're going to talk about a very special food event that happens in the state of Michoacán. Michoacán is in the middle of Mexico. Its capital is Morelia, and our food event is called the Encuentro de Cocineras Tradicionales de Michoacán. In English, that means a meeting of all of the traditional cooks of the state of Michoacán. The festival started in about 2002 because the then Secretary of Tourism in Michoacán and a friend of his from Mexico City came to believe that it was really important to work with the cooks there who live in different regions to really save their traditional way of cooking.
That's very interesting. 12 years ago then.
That's right. This past October was the 12th of these encuentros, and every year it grows bigger. It takes place twice a year now, in April and in October, again in the capital of Michoacán, in Morelia.
Well, I was fortunate enough to go there with Cristina, and I really fell in love with the festival, and I hope you can join us next year in April.
That would be fabulous. It's very important to keep the traditions of what Mexican cooking is, and the only way to do that is to pass the recipes from grandmother to mother and from mother to daughter and so on down the line. Michoacán has that tradition. Most of the cooking here is done with recipes that are oral. They've never been written down. Now they're beginning to be written down. And over the course of the last 12 festivals, we have managed to see the cooks, and there are many of them. We receive between 50 and 60 traditional cooks from the one state in Morelia, and they come there to prepare their family recipes. These women are not restaurant owners, they're not chefs, they're home cooks just like you and just like Sonia and just like me, but they have raised the art of what they do in the kitchen to a degree that will really shock and surprise you. Didn't it surprise you?
Oh yes, plus all the traditional ways, you know, they have all these like stoves, wood stoves, or how do you call them in English? I don't know.
That's right. They're wood stoves. The women come to the festival and they bring with them the materials to make their own stoves. They make them out of bricks covered with clay with a big hole on the top to put what's called a comal. A comal is a griddle. It's made of clay, and it's used to roast vegetables for salsas, it's used to make tortillas, it's used to make gorditas, which are big fat tortillas, and for many, many other uses. One of the most beautiful things in this year's festival was to watch a little 4-year-old girl dressed in her traditional clothes, looking absolutely beautiful, and grinding a salsa on her own little tiny grinding stone with a grinding, like a rolling pin,
yes,
all made of stone, at 4 years old. The next one will be in April of 2015. It's always the first weekend of the month, so be sure and be there. In addition to the regular Michoacán Festival of Traditional Cooking, we're also planning to gather up as many of traditional cooks from all over Mexico as we can and present a national festival of traditional cooking. Both will be fabulous, and I'm sure Sonia will announce the date of the national festival as soon as we know.
Well, thank you very much for
You're welcome. Thank
being
you.
with us, and we're sharing a little piece of Mexico with you. Hope we can do this again sometime.
Thanks.
See you next time.